Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to part 3 and the final episode between Size and Google in this $400 grand final tournament that Lucifer Arise sponsored. We're in the 10th game now. We're at 5-4 for Size, and we've got Forgotten Forest. So in the top right at Forgotten Forest, we've got Nightingale, aka Google, with the Cyan GLA, and in the bottom left, we've got Nuke for Size. Do the little twisty thing on the power plant. I know it's Size. I know it's Nuke because of the double, the different looking power plant. You can see the double thingy there. Also, I think these things as well. Yeah, it provides more power for Nuke. So let's see how Size is going to do here. Size's Nuke. I'm going to stop saying it now because every army that Size plays is just amazing. But Size's Nuke is also good. Every time I go like Stealth or one of the GLAs versus Size's Nuke, he tends to always make 2 war factories and just mass spam loads of battle masters, and they end up just getting overwhelmed by the amount of battle masters on the map. But in this case, he hasn't gone for dual war factory. Google has done quite a nice little defense here, but I'm pretty sure a Battlemaster can get around the back there. Google has got tunnels going down on both extremes of the map. We've got a technical coming in. And we've got mines on the supply at the top, but not at the bottom. Where is... Oh, there's mines there on the war factory. Let's see where... Google is going to go. He's going to go towards the only supply. Well, there's only 2, but he's going to go towards the supply, or one of the only buildings without mines. One of the only important buildings. Well, actually, it's the most important building without mines, isn't it? Because the 2 supplies and the war factory are the most important. But Google's gone straight through and done a TNC on the supply. So really well played by Google. Good opening from him. If that had hit mines, then that would have... Usually it's GG if that happens to me against the top player. If you don't really want to be losing that first technical, you want to, because it's such an investment, because the $500 for the technical and the $800 for the I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, for the terrorists. I lost my train of thought there. RPGs are going to get inside of the bunker, and one Battlemaster is going to go down at least. And Google is managing to hold on to this tunnel here. Really well done by Google. We've got an airfield established for Size, so no doubt a Helix is going to be coming in, and that is a really deadly combination. The Battlemasters and the Helix is a hard combination to fight against, so Google's going to have to realize what is happening and predict that there could be a Helix coming, because he's going to need quads out to deal with that Helix. There's 5 tank hunters already out. I can only imagine the Helix is on its way. Yeah, Google, I don't think he has a clue that a Helix is coming at the moment. I don't know if he has recognized that Size has gone 1 barracks, which generally means there could be a Helix. Maybe he thought it was going to be a fast propaganda center instead. But Size is not capitalizing on this fast Helix. He's expecting that the enemy could have quads, but Google has still not spotted it. He might hear it now, and he might see it on the edge. He's gonna see it now. And Size is going over here trying to clear some map control. Google's going to have to start making quads ASAP. But Size has not really capitalized on this Helix as much as he could have. Just clearing out 1 tunnel there. 1 Battlemaster going down. Helix is taking a bit of damage. There's quite a few RPGs in that inside of there. Well, 2 RPGs it looks like. But Size has now allowed Google time. Don't know what them Scorps were doing out of position. I think he was going over here thinking that the Helix would stay over there. That would have been good, but... Propaganda center now being dropped down. Only got 1 truck collecting here. 1 truck has gone down. But Google has not taken really much damage, apart from the occasional few units that have gone down. Another quad. Very, very evenly matched so far in this first game on part 3. It's a 10th game. Flamer, I imagine, is going to go down, but the Helix is there, and he might lose one Scorp, but the tunnel is very close by. Size has some map control in the center. I think Google would have picked this map because I think he likes it. I think he's pretty confident. I think he's pretty good on Forgotten Forest. Google is losing a little bit of map control. The bunker going down there. The RPG is going to survive, though, it looks like. Really want to be killing that, because that, although it may not seem like much, it's a big scout. And everybody knows scouting in RTS is one of the most important things. Google is now getting both oils. His quads were then out to try and push that Helix back. But Google hasn't taken any economic damage. He's now got a battle bus out. Jarman can only be a few minutes away, or a few seconds away even. Got a push from Google at the top. And bus needs to be careful. But his size is looking under a lot of pressure. Supply is going to go down. One Scorp is going to get picked off. One Helix is very, very close. Well, the only Helix, rather. Not just one Helix. The only Helix. But yeah, Battle Bus is not... Oh, I say no economic damage, but all the workers there are dead. Yeah, I don't like Size's position at all, really. A sneaky flamer behind here for Size has killed the oil, actually. That's pretty good. Overlord's ECM are going to push back these tunnels, but there are a load of tunnels here. And a load of buses out now for Google. He's got so many buses in there. Buses and quads. Oh, and as Jarman, he sniped off one of the Overlords. Size is being torn apart. It's like Size has an epic first few games, but the longer the games have gone on, Google has got more and more into this. Oh, bus losing itself to the mines. Flamer here is going to get picked off. There's an Overlord in the mix now for Google as well. RPG is going to get picked off here. This bus needs to be careful. 2 Overlords and an ECM chasing this down. 1 quad is picked off. Has the Helix died? No, the Helix is still flying around. Size is probably just going to GG here. There's just too much buses now. Yeah, GG. It's been brought back to 5-5. Really well played by Google there. Absolutely insane play. But Size's build order maybe was what cost him the game. Rather than Google playing absolutely amazingly, I think it was Size's build order not going 2 war factories there in the barracks kind of build order. Maybe that's what cost him. But GG, well played to Google. He's slowly bringing this back, and now it's 5-5 evens. Game number 11. Now, I didn't know at the start of this whether I'd be saying game number 11 or not. We're at 5-5. We've got Nightingale, aka Google, in the bottom left with the China nuke. Let's see how he handles this one differently to how Size did. We've got Size playing GLA Vanilla in the top right of Forgotten Forest. In the yellow. We've got Size going for 2 really quick supplies before prioritizing those supplies over his workers being scattered around the map building tunnels. Sometimes you'll see Size send the workers to build the tunnels first, but in this case he has not done that. He's done the war factory a little bit off center, so when the carpet and artillery comes in later, that's not going to be able to kill everything in one if Google does get to that stage. Google has gone for 2 war factories. He's sending his first truck towards the middle. He is going to spot a worker, and he's going to be able to kill it, no doubt. He's going to pay the price for that, though. He's going to have a delayed second unit out, though, I think. The second unit from the war factory is going to be delayed and slow. This is a nice bit of map control denial from Google. Size only got this 1 tunnel here. I don't know, is it just me, or does it seem that Size has been faltering in his last couple of games? And Google has just been... It's like Size started off amazingly and Google really poor. And then it's kind of flipped and Google seems to be playing more amazing now. But never count Size out. Who's to say that Size isn't going to win this game? He's only lost 1 worker so far. 1 RPG. That technical needs to be careful. This technical is going to be denied. Unlucky for Size, the terrorists have been stopped. So the power plant is going to go down, though. Is Google going to start building? Oh, the mine's out just in time. I think this save his power plant based on that. This is going amazingly for Google. He's also denied this area here too. That Battlemaster Size thought it was going that way towards his workers, but it's actually not. Size is desperately dropping more and more tunnels down around the map. 1 more is going to get up there. There is no rocket upgrade on the Scorpions just yet, so they're going to have a hard time beating this Battlemaster. The Battlemaster is going to get in the supply line of Size. That's very, very bad news for Size. He doesn't want to be losing these workers. That's looking very, very bad for him. And here as well. Size is slipping 100%. Both supply lines completely ravaged. All the workers gone down. Meanwhile, Google behind this is going propaganda center. This is the build order that I thought Size would have done in the beginning. Size does have still a chunky army, though. And whereas Google did his tunnel nice and far back and tried to box in the workers, what Size always likes to do, and no matter what the matchup, he will always do his tunnels like further out and try to stop anything getting anywhere near the workers. That's kind of Size's strategy. Battlemaster running over some RPGs there. First Overlord out, and Palace is nowhere in sight. This is a super tech. The worker pull reaction, or whatever you want to call it, just non-existent. Has got a super tech, and that could be a game-changing moment, but Size is also getting the oil. But the first Overlord and ECM are out, and there's no Palace. So how is Size going to deal with that? Because Scorpions, unless you've got a ton of them, I'm not going to be doing that much. Size is floating 3,600. Palace is finally being dropped off. Super Tech is coming in the base. There's something inside it. I think it's just 1 RPG from earlier. Super Tech is running around. I think he's going to try and cause some damage. Oh, he's a little bit out of position. And now the ECM is... How the hell did that survive? Somehow the lucky Super Tech does survive. Palace is on 26%, but it might be too late by then because the Overlords might be in sheer numbers and might be already at his doorstep. It would be good if Size garrisoned some more of these buildings to kind of slow Google pushing towards his base, because now he is under pressure. One of the Battle Masters might go down here. There's quite a few RPGs inside of there. I think 3. Load of Scorpions, though, and this is going to push Google right back. So many Scorpions there. With the rocket, the hit and run tactics, they can really damage an Overlord really quick. Palace is coming in, but it's really late. More Overlords being produced. No switch into a Helix just yet. A bunker being deployed there. Google's now got 1 oil, Size on 1 oil, but Size about to lose his to the Lotus. Oh, there's a technical coming in, and has that got terrorists inside of it? It has. But it was a waste of a super tech, really. Super tech could have been causing big damage later on. Going in Dozer Hunt or something like that. But it does delay a little bit in order for a Jarman to hopefully get out for Size. That's what he's probably thinking. Lotus is right by Size's oil. This push is looking pretty deadly now. I can't see how Size is going to defend this. There's a load of Scorpions popped out. The ECMs are out of position, but the tunnel is going down so fast. Subliminal messaging is already out. Helix is in as well in the base at the top. And Size is being pushed back all over the place. So many losses. Lotus is killed. That's a bonus. Doesn't get his oil. But the quads do not want to be fighting fighting these group of units. It's so hard to kill these. Jarman is now out as well, so maybe Size can still turn this around. But Helixes are coming and wrecked all the tunnels. Size is just it's not looking even a shade of what he was in the beginning of this game. Or is it just the fact that Google has now stepped it up and is playing a much higher level? Don't know. Let me know what you think. The carpet, unfortunately, does get in and is decimated Size's palace. Can't really see a way Size is going to win this. I think he's just going to delay. But unless Google really messes up the micro with his Helixes, I just cannot see a way Size can win this. He hasn't got hardly any map control. No sneaky workers. He's floating 4K. No palace just yet. It's dropping down another tunnel over here. Size has got a tunnel full of quads, it looks like. He's going to be ready for taking out the Helixes. Lotus is still flying around here. This Helix is heavily damaged. The Rebel over here just providing a bit of a scout, and now Size knows this army is coming from this direction. What is he going to be able to do about it, though? I'm not sure if he's even got a Jarman anymore. I'm not sure where it is. Oh, Jarman is here. Google, in the meanwhile, is still collecting. Still a good 10k on each, 6k and about 10k on the top one, I think, or 8k. Overlord has been sniped. This might be a bad engagement. He's like single filing his Scorps in. That's a really poor engagement. Tank Hunter is going to get this Overlord back. Size is still on his oil. Palace has been re-dropped down. Lotus is in the base and going to be capturing that supply. Is completely unguarded. There is a Scorp there, but he can just go around the back of here. I personally would be capturing that arms dealer. A few Battle Masters here might be going down, but these Overlords are just tearing through these Scorps. Oh, and all the quads are ready to kill the Helix. It does go down, and an Overlord is sniped once more. There are 2 tank hunters inside of here, though, so that is going to be captured back. The Jarman is not hanging around to try and defend this. That's a mistake, because the Overlord is now going to escape. He could have had that for himself if he'd have sniped that tank hunter. Looks like Google is making a secondary economy. Why is that here or not? I'm not 100% sure. Would prefer to see the cash hack, to be honest, over there. Size has been defeated. What an anti-climax. Is Size just not feeling it? Is he feeling the pressure? And folding under the pressure. Google just outplayed him in every way. Look at that, 61 to 12, a complete the opposite way ratio to what we saw before. Is Size getting tired and Google's just warming up, or yeah, what is going on? So we are on Homeland Rocks, and in the south we've got Google, aka Nightingale. In the south with the GLA Vanilla, Cyan, and in the north we've got a GLA Demo in the pink for Size. Now, is this going to be the game that eliminates Size? Google is only one game away from winning the tournament. I think it's the best part of $400. I think the first, second, and third prize money is split, so it's not $400 for first place, but there will still be a significant amount of that, probably $300 or $300, something like that, involved. So yeah, we're on now, what, the 12th game? Yeah, 12th game. Google doing a pretty standard build order. He always likes to do this, a tunnel by his barracks as well as back here. He's done a tunnel there. Terror cars for either player. Google is going to try and deny this worker, and he has been successful. Whereas Size is going to... Oh, it tried to hit the worker, but has only ran over one worker so far. And is now going to come in and hit the tunnel. Really well played. Cause maximum damage. But then meanwhile, the Terror car is going over here and killed all the Size's workers. Has got some idle ones here, so he needs to be really collecting with those. Whoa, this supply placement from Google. This is the risk, and this is why Size does not do this. Because now these workers are going the long way around. This is not good for Google at all. He's effectively only collecting on 2 workers for the majority of the time. Yeah, it's not good, and it's going to hinder his economy throughout the whole of this. You see where Size leaves this massive gap. Yeah, sure, it lets technicals in, but it ensures his economy is never hindered. Yeah, that's not good for Google. Size is now in the base. He's going to kill 2. Oh, he's going to go for a super terror attack. Amazing. Google has just been completely obliterated in one fell swoop. Size is now ready to defend. There are loads of RPGs unloaded, and this is kind of an all or nothing for Google now. Size's micro on the technical, a little bit questionable there. But I think Size should be able to handle this now. He's going to have a 3rd technical out. Should just be able to run over here and just clear up all of these. It's looking pretty bad for Google. You can't really recover from that. Size pulling it out of the bag at the time of need. His workers are going to get killed here, though. There's one technical going to go and chase it away, but he's lost 3 or 4 workers. Size now moving out with his technicals. There's 2 RPGs inside of there. If he just goes over here, he can just kill all of these workers. He's going for the barracks, sending the technical around as well. I think Google has lost too much. So many workers have gone down for him. Another terror attack is being prepared. Another tunnel just to extra cover his supply. Yeah, I probably would be already quitting if I was Google. He's lost way too much. He's got a 3rd supply up. I suppose that's a bonus. Maybe he can get... I've often seen GLA players get themselves back into this situation by going a quicker 3rd supply. He knows Size cannot be on another supply, but there is another terror tag coming in. That's the tunnel going to go down as well as the supply. Oh, immense. But Google is going to get a super tech though. But there are 3 technicals coming in. Sorry, 4 technicals from Size. He's going to try and kill that super tech before it gets in the tunnel. It does escape just in time. Now with the correct bit of micro, he might still be able to pull a win off. So many RPGs here though. Maybe even just force fire the oil, I don't know. But GG. Well played to Size. His GLA mirror, he hasn't been defeated. Has he been defeated in GLA mirror? No, they've only played 2 so far, haven't they? Because they played it in part 1. I think it was it was the first game they played. But again, Size looking good. So that's proving actually that Size is still here. He's not fallen asleep just yet. So we're going to jump into the 13th game. So here we have it, guys, the 13th and final game. When I started this in part 1, I had no idea this was going to go very close to the end into the 13th game, but here we are. In the north on Homeland Rocks, we've got Nightingale, aka Google, with the GLA Demolition, and in the south we've got Big Size in the orange with the GLA Vanilla, Big Size. Yeah, in the orange color. So I'm going to imagine both players are going to go for the terror cars again. The car for Google should be a little bit quicker because this barracks is closer. Oh no, sorry, not closer, but the worker starts on this side, so that the barracks can be started sooner. Size is going straight for the terror car, quite rightly as well. They're both going to get 1 for 1. Let's see who's going to cause the maximum damage. Again, is Google going to be aggressive and try and win this nice and early, or is he going to let it go long? Because the longer you let it go, Size's GLA mirror late game is real good and hard to beat. So maybe Google is going to try and finish this one early. The car is going to come in. It's not going to detonate. It's going to run over some workers. This one going to detonate. Not going to detonate. It's just going to run over the first worker. The other workers are still collecting. Another 2 workers going down. All of the workers here are going down. The last one there. What is that terror car going to do now for Google? Ouch. The terror car actually ran over by the technical. Unlucky for Size. I thought he was going to detonate. And also 2 RPGs going down there from that one. So pretty evenly matched so far. Map control coming out of Size on the right hand side. He's also got a worker here on the left, but nothing... no tunnel built just yet. Got Size with his RPGs. Is he going to stop this? He's not evac'd. He's let the terrorists get in. Is he going to... Oh, he ran over the first 1 or 2 terrorists, and that actually stopped that getting in. Stopped the terrorists detonating. That could have been... that's a game-changing situation, that. But at the same time, there was a few mistakes there. Size shouldn't even let it get that close. He should have unloaded his RPGs because he did have the RPGs there ready. He just didn't unload it. Demo trap being placed down by Google. Size has spotted the worker and is going to finish the worker off. Technical coming in for Size. Is this a terror tech? Because this could end the game. He's going to go for a similar thing that he did in a previous GLA mirror. But unfortunately, it's a failed one as well. So both players having unsuccessful terror tech so far. Google does have this tunnel here up on the left, though, so he's got some aggression coming in. Size, in the meanwhile, has secured... Oh, no, he's only secured 1 supply on the right, not this one. But Size's barracks is now under pressure. There's a lot of RPGs here, so Size is going to have to be careful when he engages this. Very, very micro-intensive. It's like a USA mirror. When like one bad engagement and the enemy gets a load of scrapped up technicals, it can be very, very hard to deal with. Google is going to continue with the aggression, continue pushing forward. Another technical coming to support. Is that one going to be full of terrorists? It is again, I think. It's got loads of units in it. It's going towards the war factory. Is this one going to be successful? It looks very much like it, but 2 terrorists apparently being run over. And another unsuccessful terror attack. It's very rare that you see 3 unsuccessful terror attacks. That's unlucky for Google, because this attack here probably, maybe it could have killed Size if that terror tech actually hit. Saying that, though, there is a load of technicals out, so maybe Size could have come back from it and restabilized. The barracks has gone down. Sorry, been placed down, but the worker has been stopped. No tunnel on the left-hand side from Size. He is floating 2k, though. No repair on the war factory, and that could cost him the game, because here the technicals again with loads of RPGs inside of it. 5 RPGs going to unload right in front of the war factory. The technicals from Size coming from the left-hand side. And this engagement means pretty much everything, because whoever wins this engagement is going to have scrapped up techs. It looks like Size is coming out on top. Size has come out on top, and whoever's got the scrapped up techs generally is going to have a massive advantage now, because Google's not really going to want to engage with quads now, because the super techs will just tear through quads. You can just kite them, you can just go in, do a little bit of damage, and then go back. This is a terror tech, and it's actually been completely stopped. Size's defense so far has just been completely on point. Another tunnel being dropped down, and another tunnel being dropped down there as well, so he's securing both sides. He's established another tunnel there on the right side. And Google is now under a bit of pressure. Size is also dropping down a third supply. So Google is under a bit of pressure. Remember, all these technical battles favor Size, because he's got the cheaper technicals at 500 versus 600. There's quite a chunky difference. It's like, what is that, 20% more expensive for Google for every tech that you make? 20% is a lot. So loads of technicals out now for Size. He's now switching into some quads. Looks like he's got 1 quad out so far. He's dropping down loads of tunnels, just making sure he's super secure. Does not want to risk this. And Size, in the meanwhile, has garrisoned this bunker up here, which is going to put these tunnels on under pressure here. Google is now going to try and clear this out, and is now Size going to come in and try and take out one of these tunnels whilst Google is distracted over here. The quads are expensive for demo as well. Google tried to finish this quick, but with 2 failed terror techs, he is feeling the pain now. Another tunnel dropped down there for Size. Size is collecting only off 1 pile, it looks like. You can split your workers and be collecting off multiple. Terror tech comes in from Google. It's not killed that completely, though. It's only down to the hole. Google is all out of luck with all these terror techs. There's not been 1 successful terror tech yet, I don't think. Even this one here was completely stopped by the technicals, so Size is now just bunkering himself in. He's going to be on 4 supplies very soon when that one rebuilds. He's still only on 1 arms dealer, but Google is desperately dropping down loads of demo traps. But I think it might be just delaying the inevitable. I'm not sure if a demo trap is the way forward. He might be trying to catch out these tentacles. Better than nothing, but at the moment I don't think Google can do very much. He needs some really good terror techs if he's going to be winning this. He needs to also build up an army and push out somewhere. He cannot let Size be on 4 supplies for very long. His own oil capture is coming in. Did miss that. Google has got his oil faster. I think Size did the demo trap trick there. He placed the demo trap and then cancelled it, but next to the enemy demo trap, and that set it off. Google is coming in with his own terror tech. He's going for the oil. This is one of the only ways he's going to be able to win. Needs to attack fast, and he's actually going to pick off 1 technical with it as well. But Size does have this other oil here as well. Yes, yeah, quite rightly, if Google is going to be playing for the long game, he needs to kill the enemy oils, and that's exactly what he's done here. This technical is going to go down to the RPG. Google is going to push forward. There is a full tunnel of stuff. Size is floating 7k. Google on 1500. Demo bikes are now out. This oil capture is non-existent from size on this right side. He does have a rebel, and he does have... Oh, there's a rebel. Does have the capture upgrade, but yeah, the oil capture on that right side is very, very slow. Demo trap extremely, extremely close. 2 technicals going to go down there. And there's a load of scorpions for Google. He does have the demo bike, so I wonder where he's going to be going. He's playing for the very long game. He's got 2 markets up, which is faster than size. He's got worker shoes, not just yet. You generally want to be getting worker shoes before you drop down your second market. Yeah, Google does not want to attack into that. He's got a toxin tractor to clear out that, but there's a tunnel there to support. Size is floating 7.7k. I think he knows this is a comfortable victory. Another market going down for size. He's just spent a load of cash on something. Or what's he just done? Just queued up a load of tanks. Looks like to me that's what he's done. He's queued up a load. He spent a load of money on something. What has he spent all that money on? On a load of buggies, I think. Demo Jarman is running around. He's going to set the TNT off on the oil, no doubt. Yeah, Size just queued up a load of buggies. That's what he was saving his money for. Save 7.7k and then spent it all on buggies. So, nice. TNT has been deployed on the oil, but Size is still 2 supplies ahead. Oh, TNT from Size, really, really nice. He's hit the supply and killed the arms dealer down to the hole. Size on 4.8k. Gonna have a bit of Jarman versus Jarman action. And they're both running in opposite directions though. Google's on 4 markets. Command center being dropped down. The radar van has been sniped, and Jarman is going to escape for now. Plenty of buggies here now for Size. Wants to kind of save these techs though, because the Scorpions and the quads will take him out. Buggies from range though. Jarman sniping off a tank as well. These buggies from range just could be so hard to deal with. He needs the rebel ambush. He's got so many buggies here. He's floating 7k as well. Nice demo bike. Very nice demo bike. Command center is going down. His oil is still intact, and he's killed both of Size's oils. Second black market going down for Size. Size does have worker shoes. Demo bike there, nice. Killed a lot. But Google just doesn't seem like he has enough. There is a demo bike coming in, and it's going to kill a few buggies, I think. Yeah, 2 buggies going down. Technical picked off. Another black market being dropped down. He's going to have demo rebel ambush, and Size isn't investing in many markets. He's trying to just win this with sheer unit power. Another black market being dropped off for Size. The Jarman has been spotted though, and the Jarman is probably going down. That's unlucky for Google. Well, not unlucky. He just walked straight into a stinger site. There's no luck involved. And the Jarman has gone down. But Size is just so far ahead because of the money situation. Oh, demo rebel ambush on the tunnel, and has killed most of the units there. Actually, 4 units did escape. Google's only got a few units inside of his tunnel now. There's a 5 markets, but I'm not convinced that that is enough to win in the game. A tunnel going up here for Google's, claiming a bit of map control back. Size is almost mined out on this left side. There's a bit left on the right side. Mined out in his main. Google's still collecting on his main. Nice from Google. Didn't lose his tunnel. And killed 2 units. Really, really nice. This worker is under pressure here. I never mark it being dropped down for Google, but the whole back of his base is wide open. There's no tunnels or anything to defend it, but he's under so much pressure. He doesn't have that much cash. Size is floating 5.1k. It's about 4 or 5 markets down now. Google is just being pushed back and back and back.
Indeed. A warrior has fallen.
I think the end is nigh, as they would say for Google. Once his palace goes down, that's got to be GG. There's a battle bus out now, but these buggies are really anti-battle bus unless you don't react with them. Demo bike coming in, and most of the buggies do escape. Battle bus is down, but Google literally does not have enough units to fight this. Another demo bike coming in. And poor Google, this is a sad, slow death for him. How do you think he lost this one? Was that due to the... Oh, nice. Was that due to the failed terrorists at the beginning, the failed terror attacks? That could have been the case, but Nightingale, aka Google, has been defeated, and Size is once again victorious in yet another tournament. Lucifer Arise's $400 sponsored tournament. Size does go ahead. I'm just going to update the score. So final score 7-6. So you got the maximum value of games there. That's why I've had to split it into 3 parts. Well, actually, I thought it was only going to be 2 parts. Didn't realize it was going to go to 3 whole parts. But yeah, absolutely well played by Size. I felt he had a really strong first half of this tournament. It dipped off towards the second half, but then the last couple of games he pulled it out of the bag and did enough to win. But was it due to Google's failed terror attacks that cost him, and was that his fault? 99k compared to 75k. Units destroyed pretty much even, just a little bit more for Google, but that could be just a few RPGs or workers or anything like that. So yeah, well played. That concludes the tournament. Size is the champion of another tournament yet again, and takes home some money. I swear he's made loads of money out of 0 hour. But yeah, GG. Well played to Size. Hopefully enjoy this tournament, guys, and I will see you in the next one.